Okay, so I'm gonna try to do Alien 40th anniversary 4K UHD Blu-ray disc, 4K UHD Blu-ray disc with my Oppo UDP-203 and the OLED E8 55-inch 2018 model. I'll try to use paused still imagery here, and hopefully 20th Century Fox, it's not going to block this video. I don't know if this video is going to be available. If this video is not available, it means that the 20th Century Fox has blocked it again. But anyway, if you can see this video, that means that they are allowing it. So without any further ado, let me go ahead and let me talk about my experience with 4K UHD Blu-ray version of this movie on the OLED. Well, the first thing that you will notice, for those of you who owned previous copies of Alien, and God knows how many copies of Alien I have. I have the DVD version, I have the Blu-ray version, I have the anthology version. I mean, you name it, director's cut version. And now I have this 40th anniversary version of the movie as well. The first thing that I noticed, and I'll be honest with you, is the color. I think that 20th Century Fox spent a lot of time with the color correction. There's more color detail on this movie. I don't remember seeing this movie look this vibrant in color than what I'm seeing right now. And I'm going to show some stills. I'm going to show some examples as we go throughout this video. Okay. And one good example of the color is going to be on my next movie still, which I'm going to show in a second. Like, for example, right here, just look how beautifully the color is being presented here on this scene when one of the crew from the spaceship goes down into this alien craft, and they, you know, they see the eggs, and the face hugger jumps out. And obviously it's played by John Hurt. I can't believe I'm forgetting some of these actors' names. John Hurt's playing the scene. So I'm going to show you a little bit more here on this scene, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, for example, right here. I mean, if you see the DVD version, if you see the Blu-ray version, the previous version of this movie, and how it looks without being remastered, it's like night and day. I don't remember seeing Alien like this with such beautiful colors. It looks almost as if this movie was shot yesterday instead of 1979, which was 40 years ago. And I brought my camera a little bit closer so you guys can see it. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see. I mean, look at the detail, like that blue light, and then the flashlight light that it's resembling. Look at the background of the ship and how beautifully it's being dynamically implemented. What I mean by dynamically, I mean it's almost like three-dimensional. Like, you sense the depth of field, like depth of picture here. And you know, my camera here is not doing it justice. You have to see this in person. And considering this is a 1979 movie, 40 years old, and the way it looks here on this 4K UHD player, it's just something you have to see. in person, of course. Now, let me stop these dark scenes. Let me take you to some inside the spaceship scenes where there's light and color, better ambient. Okay, but even in the dark scenes, this movie, it's really done well. And my camera here is not doing it justice. With my camera lens, it's really hard to see exactly what I'm seeing with my own two eyes. But let me show you some scenes inside a spaceship. For example, this scene right here with Ripley. And again, my camera here, it's not doing it justice as to how this really looks in person. But maybe I can bring my camera a little bit closer just to point out a few things. Yes, there's still a little bit of grain, but this grain, it's something that you're going to see, but it's really clean. It's like a clean grain. And everything in this movie, the imagery just looks like, seriously, this looks perfect. And even on this scene, man, the reflection of the monitors on Ripley's face, the color, everything looks sharp, clean, and beautiful. And then when you're watching it on the OLED, it just looks 100 times better, even more. This is a great transfer, the great remaster. I mean, it's one of the best remasters of this movie, period. Not just the visuals, but the audio as well. The audio on this film, it's also remastered. So the entire thing here is just top notch, man. And if you look at this old movie, Alien, 1979 Alien, and you compare it to Prometheus, you're going to see just how Ridley Scott really kept it identical in terms of the way he was filming both movies. Now, in terms of grain, I did mention the grain. The grain is still there, but it's a clean grain. It's something that it doesn't look that bad as some of you might imagine. I'm not doing it justice here in this video, and I'm trying to do my best here to tell you what I'm seeing. Just remember that the first thing you're going to notice about this movie is the color detail. Everything's more colorful. Everything is more polished up and cleaner. Everything's more clean, But this is something you got to see for yourself. For example, right here on this scene, you see Bishop. And if you look at this scene and you compare it to Prometheus again, there's some comparisons here in terms of design. And that's what I like about Ridley Scott. Even in Prometheus, he tried to keep it kind of identical to the original Alien in terms of the design. So that way it matches with the franchise. I mean, this is the cleanest version of the movie that I have seen, that I have experienced, and I'm trying to do my best here. I'm really trying to do my best here to give you guys that. How should I put this, man? To convince you. I'm really trying to convince you. I don't think I have ever done a video like this where I dedicate almost 20 minutes on the movie, and I'm trying to convince you, to tell you this is why you want to purchase the. If you love Alien movie, which I'm sure you do, this is a no-brainer, man. This 40th anniversary edition. It has HDR plus. Looks fantastic on the QLED, but both the HDRs are fantastic. It's just that the QLED looks a bit more brighter in the color, but on OLED, it just looks fantastic, because on the OLED, it's an OLED panel, and no matter what you put on the OLED, it's going to look great, especially if you got a really great transfer. Like one great example is look at the color, man. This color looks, you guys have no idea how beautiful this looks. It looks three-dimensional. The smoke, the variations of different colors on the smoke, the way the light is reflecting the smoke, this emergency rotational light. There's so much here. It's almost like you were watching a brand new movie. And I can't wait to see what James Cameron's going to do on the aliens and the abyss. Now, I think one good example would be the Blade Runner. I would say this is on par with the Blade Runner remaster. If you own 4K HDR Blade Runner, this is like you're going to feel right at home. I would go as far to say that this is even better than the Blade Runner 4K HDR. I'm talking about the original Blade Runner. I would go as far to say that this is even better than the Blade Runner 4K HDR. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Blade Runner 4K HDR special edition that I have. I love that movie. I love the transfer. I love the remaster on it. It's beautiful from the visuals to the sound. It looks as best as it can be. But I think they went a little extra mile here for this movie. I wish that I could play this movie for you so you can see it. But unfortunately, I can't, Just remember something. My camera here is having a difficult time to depict to the clarity and detail that I'm seeing. I mean, considering just how old this movie is and just how beautifully it looks on the OLED, it's really amazing, man. When you see this for the first time on your OLED or on your QLED or on your Z90 or 930E or 900E, you're just going to be blown away by the detail and the color. It's going to be so colorful. The one thing you're going to notice is, oh my God, the colors on this movie are as good as if what you see on today's movies. They really went the extra mile. And I don't kid. I've seen this movie like billions of times. I own every copy from VHS, Laserdisc, DVD, Blu-ray, and now, hell, every possible copy of the movie I have owned. And let me tell you, this will not disappoint. Now, there is a grain. It's something I need to point out. There is a grain in this movie, but the grain, it's clean. I think I already said that on this video. The grain, it's really, really clean. It's not like a grain that it's like snowing outside. It's just a very smooth, clean grain. Even the grain has been cleaned up a little bit here. But everything looks three-dimensional, man. Everything looks sharp and three-dimensional. And the colors, the HDR, the tone mapping here is just top notch. This is an excellent remaster. I don't know if Ridley Scott worked on it. It's possible he might have. But it just looks fantastic. Just look at the Ripley and the detail on Ripley's face. I mean, it is crazy. You can see all of her hair, everything, every little bump, dimple, whatever you want to call it. Not that she has, but I'm just simply saying there's the amount of sharp detail and color in the HDR here. It's truly remarkable. And on the OLED, it looks just mind-blowing. For a movie that's how many years old? 40 years old. This is top-notch, man. This is top-notch. And look at the helmets, the detail on the helmets. You can even see the dirt on the other side of the helmet of this chick. And I mean, I'll try to bring my camera a little bit closer. It's just bananas. The amount of stuff that you see, man. It's just pure bananas. You can even see a reflection on the of the other guy, of the other crew. It's crazy. I mean, I'm telling you. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. Don't believe me, but I'm telling you, this is the best remaster version of the Alien that I have ever seen. At the moment, as of me recording this video, what is it, April 29th, 2019. Both visually and audio, it's top notch. And look at Sigourney Weaver. Look at Ripley here, and look at the detail on Ripley. I mean, guys, this is just insane. This is just simply insane. And I'm trying to do my best here to really do a justice on the Alien. And hopefully 20th Century Fox is not going to block me. Hopefully they're going to allow me to show you more. But man, this is... just do yourself a favor and buy the movie. I mean, seriously. If you're a fan of this movie and you got a 4K TV, you got OLED, or you got QLED, and you don't have this movie on 4K UHD Blu-ray, shame on you, man. Then you're not a movie lover. This is the best transfer, period. Both visually and then audio. It's hands down the best transfer that I have seen. And I have owned them all, believe me. I have owned all of these versions of this. Is hands down the best version of the film. There, just to give you some perspective on how good this looks. It looks as if it was filmed yesterday for a movie that's 40 years old. Okay? I'm telling you, you're not going to find a better transfer. You're not going to find a better top-notch quality, both visually and audio, on both departments. This 40th anniversary 4K UHD Blu-ray, you just simply have to own it. Same thing goes for the 2001 Space Odyssey. If you don't buy this movie, and then, dude, then why do you even bother calling yourself a movie lover, or why do you even own a 4K television, man? This is just simply stunning for a movie that's 40 years old. 40 years old. And here, let me give you even a better perspective from this angle, like from far away. Now, yes, I'm using the Oppo. Don't get me wrong. I'm using the Oppo UDP-203, which is down below. I'm using Belkin Ultra High Speed 2.1 cables. And of course, I'm using a really good OLED TV here as well. E8 2018 55-inch. I mean, look at this detail here. This is the Ash, and he wants to open the door. Let me bring your camera a little bit closer. Look how clean and how beautiful this is done. It looks as if it was shot yesterday. Seriously, it looks as if this thing was filmed yesterday. That's how good it looks, man. As if it was filmed yesterday. And it looks that great. And I'm trying to do my damn best here to show you that clarity. Remember, what you're seeing through a camera, it's nothing compared to what I'm seeing in person here. Just remember that. And then again here, Ripley again. I mean, just look at that detail, dude. If you can find me a better transfer copy of this movie, I mean, I'm all eyes. I want to see it. But you ain't going to find it. So that's it. I mean, this is the longest video I have done on a movie, and I hope that this movie, that this video won't be blocked. I'm really trying to do it justice here, to convince you as to why you need to purchase this movie. And I'm telling you right now, you're not going to find anything better in terms of the detail and quality. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, if you haven't purchased this movie, I know there's other people out there reviewing this movie verbally. That's fine. That's what they're doing. They're using their own, commentary to tell you what they have experienced. But what I try to do here, I try to kind of like show it to you and point out certain things, analyze certain things, kind of to put it in perspective as to why you should purchase this movie. Now, the reason you see this little pink light, you know what that is? The light here and the light here. This is due to the emergency monitor that's on the right side. And you can see a little red dot here too as well. That emergency light was reflecting her face. That's how good the transfer is here. You can even see that monitor right here on the left side on her eye, right here, reflection of her eye. It's crazy. All right, so I'm going to end the video right here. And like I said, I can spend 40 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours talking about the transfer of this film. This is something you need to see for yourself in person, just to appreciate how beautiful this movie looks. This is the best transfer of the film that I have seen. And I mean, I really do mean that, guys. Considering that this movie, it's 40 years old. And it looks as if it was shot yesterday. Look, you can even see some trails of prints over here on his uniform. That's the kind of detail that you're seeing here. You see the prints right here? Those little red prints? That's the kind of detail you're seeing. It's crazy. So anyway, there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this long video of Alien and Alien 40th Anniversary 4K UHD Blu-ray edition. Like I said, this video is not doing it justice. You have to see this in person to truly appreciate just how great and sharp and detailed this movie is, considering that it's 40 years old. So they've done a fantastic job. I don't know how much better can it get than this. Seriously, guys. If it can do it better than this on the 8K, whenever they release the 8K version, then I'll be damned, But there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys pretty soon. I'll see you soon. I got some bunch of videos working on this week, so stay tuned.